Hare Krishna. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We continue reading from Caitanya Caritamrita Adi-Lila, chapter 5, text 161. We were hearing yesterday, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was saying that how Lord Nityananda is so glorious. He has unlimited glories. He's maintaining, creating, and highlighting this material worlds. He's the one on who is sustaining the spiritual world, and how he's so merciful to the to so many of his devotees. He's so merciful. So he was speaking of one such example. Avaduta Gosanira Eka Britya Premadham Minaketana Ramadas Hayatanranam. Lord Nityananda Prabhu had a servant named Sri Minaketan Ramdas, who was a reservoir of love. So here Lord Nityananda is addressed as Avadut. He was always addressed as Avaduta, the mendicant. And he had a servant, Sri Minaketana Ramdas, who was a reservoir of love. Amara alaye ahoratra sankirtana tahate ailatin ho pana nimantrana. At my house, there was sankirtan day and night, and therefore he visited there, having been invited. So Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that in his house, there was always the chanting of Hare Krishna going on, day and night, sankirtan going on, day and night. And Miniketan Ramdas was invited to his house, so he came there. Mahaprema Maya Tinho Vasila Angane Sakala Vaishnav Tanra Vandila Charane. Absorbed in emotional love, he sat in my courtyard, and all the Vaishnavas bowed down at his feet. So Miniketan Ramdas was already on the platform of love. He's already in his original position, in his original relationship with the Supreme Lord. And so his consciousness is just full of love, no? And so other Vaishnavas, they bow down to his feet. Namaskar karite kar uparete chade, preme kare vamsi mare kaha ke chapare. In a joyful mood of love of God, he sometimes climbed upon the shoulder of someone offering obeisances, and sometimes he struck others with his flute or mildly slapped them. So his consciousness is not on the bodily platform at all. He's not thinking, yes, I'm the body and I'm this or I'm that. No, his consciousness is totally absorbed in love, in the mood of love. And so he sometimes, so we can't understand these activities. These are very, very, very activities of a person who's completely absorbed in love of God. Ye nayanya dekite ashruhaya mane yara se netre avichina vahe ashrudhara. When someone saw the eyes of Miniketan Ramdas, tears would automatically flow from his own eyes, for a constant shower of tears flowed from the eyes of Miniketan Ramdas. So Miniketan Ramdas, his eyes was always flowing with tears. Now we might say tears means he's suffering, but we also know that we also have tears when our heart is full of joy, when it's full of love. Also there are tears coming out. And this is what Miniketan Ramdas' consciousness was always absorbed in love. And so he's always having tears flowing from his eyes. And so much so that others who would look at him, they would feel this bliss. They would feel this happiness. And in the happiness, even tears would flow from their eyes. Kabukona ange deki pulaka kadamba, eka ange jadya tanra ara ange kampa. Sometimes there were eruptions of ecstasy like kadamba flowers on some parts of his body. And sometimes one limb would be stunned while another would be trembling. So these are the ecstatic symptoms of someone who's in bhava for Krishna, who's really on that position. The body gets stunned, and then in some parts there's like some eruptions, like kadamba flowers on the body. And some people try to imitate some of these symptoms, but by imitation, what we are going to get is just simply other people will say, some other people just get simply some worship or some adoration from another person. But what about the consciousness? The consciousness is not yet corrected. So by merely imitation, our consciousness does not change. So these are ecstatic symptoms of a person who's really engrossed. His just whole being is in love of God. Nityananda bali yabe kare na hunkar, taha dekhi lokera haya maha chamatkar. Whenever he shouted aloud the name of Nityananda, the people around him were filled with great wonder and astonishment. Gunar Nava Mishra Name Eka Vipra Arya Shri Murti Nikate Tenho Kare Seva Karya. One respectable Brahmana named Shri Gunar Nava Mishra was serving the deity. Angane Asya Tenho Na Kaila Sambhasa Taha Dekhi Kruda Hana Bale Ramadasa. When Miniketan was seated in the yard, this Brahmana did not offer him respect. Seeing this, Sri Ramdas became angry and spoke. Yeta Dvitiya Sutta Romharshana Baladev Dekhi Yena Kaila Pratyugama. Here I find the second Roma Harshan Sutta, who did not stand to show honor when he saw Lord Balaram. So Roma Harshan Sutta, he was seated on the assembly and he was speaking to the great sages. He was sitting on the Vyasasan, and there were so many exalted sages and he was speaking to them. And Balaramji came there. When Lord Balaram came, all the sages offered their respects to Lord Balaram. But Roma Harshan Sutta, who was sitting on the Vyasasan, did not. He did not. And because why? Because of pride. Because of pride. So Balaramji, what he did, he took a kusha grass, just a kusha grass, and he touched that to Roma Harshan Sutta, and Roma Harshan Sutta died. Why? Because Balaramji said that you are sitting on the Vyasasan, but if you're so full of pride, what are you going to teach to the people? You're not fit to sit on the Vyasasan. That was Lord Balaram's mood. So that's another pastime itself. And that same Balaramji, he saw pride in Roma Harshan Sutta, who was seated on Vyasasan, so if someone's sitting on Vyasasan, they should not be having that pride. And the same Balaramji, when he came as Lord Nityananda, he is begging everyone, the same kusha grass with which he killed Roma Harshan Sutta, he's putting in his mouth and he's folding his hands and begging everyone, chant Hare Krishna, my dear, chant Hare Krishna. And that is how he's killing our pride. That's how he's taking our false ego. He's saying, please chant Hare Krishna, because he knows if he has to kill us with a kusha grass, all of us he has to kill them. None of us would be here. But he's saying, you chant Hare Krishna, and automatically the pride will be gone. So, Eta Bali Nache Gaya, Karaye Santosh, Krishna Karya Kare Vipra, Na Karila Rosha. After saying this, he danced and sang to his heart's content. But the Brahmana did not become angry, for he was then serving Lord Krishna. Miniketan Ramdas was a great devotee of Lord Nityananda. When he entered the house of Krishna Das Kaviraj, Gunar Nava Mishra, the priest who was worshipping the deity installed in the house, did not receive him very well. A similar event occurred when Roma Harshan Sutta was speaking to the great assembly of sages at Naimisharanya. Lord Baladev entered that great assembly. But since Romaharshan Sutta was on the Vyasasan, he did not get down to offer respect to Lord Baladev. The behavior of Gunarnava Mishra indicated that he had no great respect for Lord Nityananda. And this idea was not at all palatable to Miniketan Ramdas. For this reason, the mentality of Miniketan Ramdas is never deprecated by devotees. So Miniketan Ramdas got angry at the Brahmana, not that you're not giving me honor. No, he's getting angry at Brahmana because he's saying, give respect to Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda is the Supreme Lord himself. A devotee never takes he never is looking for worship for himself. He's never offended if someone is not giving him worship or is not giving him proper respect. He does not care for his personal respect, but he always wants the Lord to be respected. He wants proper respect to be given to the Lord and proper respect to be given to other devotees. Utsavante gela tinho kariya prasad. Mora Bhrata Sane Tanra Kichu Hailavad. At the end of the festival, Miniketan Ramdas went away, offering his blessings to everyone. At that time, he had some controversy with my brother. Chaitanya Prabhute Tanra Sudrida Vishwas Nityananda Prati Tanra Vishwas Abhas. My brother had firm faith in Lord Chaitanya, but only a dim glimmer of faith in Lord Nityananda. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is speaking about his brother, that his brother had faith in Lord Chaitanya, but he didn't have strong faith in Lord Nityananda. Iha jani Ramadasera dukha haila mane tabeta bhratare ami karino bhart sane. Knowing this, Sri Ramdas felt unhappy in his mind. I then rebuked my brother. So Miniketan Ramdas, he's a pure devotee. He's completely on the level platform of love. And he knows the position of Lord Nityananda. So when he's seeing that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's brother is not having that faith in Lord Nityananda, he's not having that respect for Lord Nityananda, he felt unhappy in his mind. And because of that, because the brother does not have enough faith, so Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling his brother, you should have. So Dui Bhai Ekatano Samana Prakash Nityananda Namana Tomara Habe Sarvanash. These two brothers, I told him, are like one body. They're identical manifestations. If you do not believe in Lord Nityananda, you will fall down. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling his own brother that these brothers, Gaur Nitai, Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya, these two brothers are like one body. They are the Supreme Lord. You're believing in one and you're not believing in another one. It does not make sense. There's going to be destruction for you. You need to believe in both the brothers. Sorry. Ekete Vishwas, Anye na kare samman, Ardha Kukuti Nyaya Tomara Praman. If you have faith in one, but disrespect the other, your logic is the logic of accepting half a hen. So you say, I like the hen, the mouth of the hen. I'm sorry, not the mouth. You like the backside of the hen because the hen gives you the egg. You don't like the front side of the hen because you have to feed it, so it's troublesome. Then what is it? You cut the hen, means you have no hen. That is Ardha Kukuti Nyaya, means no hen. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling his brother, you have faith in Lord Chaitanya, but no faith in Lord Nityananda, means you have no faith at all. That is saying that half a hen. Kimwa donha namani na hauta pasanda ekemani ara namani em mata bhanda. It would be better to be an atheist by slighting both brothers than a hypocrite by believing in one and slighting the other. So Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami is telling his brother, don't be a hypocrite, you know. You are showing that you have faith for one and you're disrespecting the other one. You rather say openly that you don't have any faith in the Supreme Lord. Just say openly that you are an atheist rather than being a hypocrite. Kruda haya vamsi bangi chale Ramadas, tatkale amar bratara haila sarvanash. Thus Sri Ramdas broke his flute in anger and went away. And at that time, my brother fell down. Sorry. So Meniketan Ramdas, because he is like, why are you disrespecting Lord Nityananda? You should respect Lord Nityananda. And because of that, he was unhappy. He was unhappy and he left the house of Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami in an unhappiness. So his brother fell down. Eta kahila tanra sevaka prabhav, ara eka kahi tanra dayar swabhav. I have thus described the power of the servants of Lord Nityananda. Now I shall describe another characteristic of his mercy. So the servant of Lord Nityananda is also so powerful. Meniketan Ramdas is a servant of Lord Nityananda, and he was just telling the brother, hey, you need to respect Lord Nityananda equally, because he's the Supreme Lord. These two brothers are the Supreme Lord. Don't have faith in one and not the other, then you are an atheist. And because the brother because the brother had this separatist mentality, he fell down. Bhai ke bhartsino muni lana eguna se ratri prabhu mora dila darshana. That night, Lord Nityananda appeared to me in a dream because of my good quality in chastising my brother. So Lord Nityananda came in the dream of Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. So, any questions or comments for what we read? If no, then we'll continue tomorrow to hear what Lord Nityananda tells Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami in the dream. So we'll stop here for today. Shri Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol, Hari Krishna.